A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic turn of events in Philippine politics, Vice President Sara Duterte has opted to skip the first hearing regarding threats she allegedly made against President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. instead of appearing before the National Bureau of Investigation, NBI. As subpoenaed, she sent her lawyer, who submitted a letter on her behalf, vehemently denying any wrongdoing. This controversy stems from comments made by Duterte during a November 23 online news conference where she threatened the lives of President Marcos, his wife, and House Speaker Martin Romualdez, later claiming her words were taken out of context and that she was merely expressing concern for her safety due to alleged death threats she has received. The relationship between Marcos and Duterte has soured since their joint victory in the 2022 elections, where they initially presented a united front. However, the dynamics have shifted, leading to a fallout that has raised eyebrows in the political arena. The Philippine Constitution allows for separate elections for the presidency and vice presidency, resulting in rival factions occupying the highest offices in the country. Duterte, the daughter of former President Rodrigo Duterte, is facing serious allegations, including 2 impeachment complaints that accuse her of violating the Constitution, betrayal of public trust, and mishandling government funds. These complaints are compounded by her alleged threats against President Marcos, which have intensified scrutiny over her administration. NBI Director Jamie Santiago stated that the investigation into Duterte's comments will proceed regardless of her presence or the submission of a counter-affidavit. He confirmed that a report would be submitted to the Department of Justice by early January. The initial hearing was scheduled for November 29th, but was postponed at Duterte's request. In her absence, she expressed skepticism about the fairness of the investigation, claiming that it was predetermined that cases would be filed against her. Duterte's comments during the press conference have been a focal point of the investigation. She allegedly mentioned hiring a hitman to kill Marcos and others if her life were threatened, while she later attempted to clarify her remarks, stating they were a reflection of her fears. The damage was done. The political implications of her statements have led to increased calls for accountability and transparency within her administration. Despite the mounting pressure, Duterte has publicly stated that she has no intention of fleeing the country. She and her legal team are reportedly preparing for the impeachment proceedings against her. The House of Representatives is currently investigating the alleged misuse of approximately 612.5 million pesos, around $10.3 million, in confidential and intelligence funds linked to her roles as vice president and former education secretary. In a recent press conference, Duterte reiterated her belief that the investigation would not yield a fair outcome, citing biased statements from officials within the Marcos administration. She outlined her concerns about potential impeachment and the prospect of facing multiple legal challenges, stating, "The worst-case scenario we see is removal from office, impeachment, and then piled-up cases which the lawyers already told me to expect as well." The political landscape in the Philippines remains volatile, with Duterte's situation highlighting the tensions between her office and that of President Marcos. As both leaders navigate this turbulence, the implications for governance and public trust in their administration loom large. With the investigation set to continue and the potential for further political fallout, the coming weeks will be crucial for Duterte as she seeks to defend her position amidst growing scrutiny and challenges to her leadership. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.